Hello aspirants, welcome to IAS Icons by Unacademy. This is Shubham Sardhalia and we are continuing with our discussion of NCERTs. In this class we are discussing about Geography NCERT class 6th and today we'll discuss chapter number 4 for class 6th NCERT of the subject Geography. I request you all to join at the earliest so that we can start with our today's discussion. So guys, as I tell you every day that NCERTs are a very important part of this UPSC preparation. In UPSC, when you are preparing, the first thing you are told to study about are the NCERT books because these are the basic books. NCERTs have a purpose. See, in this UPSC examination, people from different background they join us for the preparation. So somebody may be the engineer, somebody is maybe from the medical background, somebody is from humanities background. So we need that everybody should be at par. That's why NCERT books are suggested, that students can read those NCERT books and ultimately get the idea about the basic facts and basic information about the things. But reading NCERT becomes a tedious task at time for the students. So I have seen that students face the maximum complications while reading NCERTs, because the problem here is that NCERTs as a books include each and every subject. So it is like that what is there to be read in NCERT starts from class 6th and goes up till class 12th. So in that way it becomes really difficult to memorize, to remember each and everything in that NCERT, and at times students face that confusion that sir, what subjects in NCERT or what things we need to memorize, what things we need to do. So in order to help you out with those problems, I have brought this special series for NCERT, because here we'll be discussing only those points out of the NCERTs which will help us qualify the examination. So NCERT will be summarized here, and those who are joining me daily, they know that these classes are really helpful. Good afternoon, Kirti, how are you? So before we proceed further, I just want to tell you that we at Unacademy help you prepare for this examination in the best possible way. You just have to enroll with us in our courses. Start your preparation with India's largest learning platform, that is Unacademy. We at Unacademy offer you widest choice of educators. We give you flexibility to change course. You get unlimited views on lectures. We give you daily answer writing. You get live mentorship, end-to-end preparation. So in short, everything that is required to qualify this examination, we are providing you. You can prepare for this journey with the help of India's top educators. My name is Shubham Sardhalia. I am your mentor and educator in this preparation journey. Sir, so today is the last chance to get up to 20% discount on our courses. So today if you enroll before 11:59 p.m. before the next day starts, you can avail up to 20% discount. So this discounts mean that approximately starting from 11,000 to 24,000 rupees discount you can get. You just have to enroll today and use this code IAS Icons. One more important announcement, sir. We are giving you the latest notes for UPSC CSE at the lowest possible price. Only at rupees 9,900 we are giving you entire notes which are required to qualify this UPSC examination. All the books we need to study, each and everything that we require to qualify this examination, we are offering you. You can purchase this set of course. Our batches are starting very soon. Bilingual batches are there. We are offering you our all the subscriptions at a 0% EMI option, where by paying the amount as low as 4,364. Sir, amount higher than this you must be paying in your school fee. Your parents must have paid for your school fee or your college fee. So those days, college or school days, they got us the certification. They made us eligible to appear in this examination, but now it's the right time. So you need to invest that small token of amount for this preparation, and ultimately you can become the part of India's bureaucracy. You will decide where this nation will move further. You will be deciding the course future of this country. So that's why you have to opt with us. You should enroll with us, and remember to use this code IAS Icons, because ultimately we will be helping you with all the things that are required to qualify this examination. Are we getting it? Are we following things or not? So I am fine, Kirti, Aparna, good afternoon. So you must be clear that we are discussing this geography NCERT, and which chapter we'll be discussing today and which chapters we have already discussed. Can you please let me, so that I should know how much thoroughly you are preparing or how much thoroughly you are understanding? Can you please tell me up till what chapters we did? So we are already done with our first, second, and third chapter, and I assume that we are clear with first three chapters. I assume that we are clear, because I request you that the purpose of these classes is that once we are done with these classes, there is nothing left behind. We are comfortably able to move further. So if everything is clear up till now, we will be moving up to chapter number 4, that is maps. So what do we understand by map? What do we understand by this chapter or by this term map? So what is a map? Can you please tell me? What is a map? Can you please tell me, guys? We talked about globe. We see continents, oceans of the world on the globe. Then we see similar things on map. Then we have various types of maps. So in this chapter, this is a very small chapter, which majority of things that we'll discuss here, you will already have the idea about it. Still, since it's the part of syllabus, so we have no other option, we have to cover it. So we will be discussing about map here. What is a map? How the things go? So chapter 4 is map. So we talked about something called as a globe, and we talked about something known as a map. I request you all, a small question for you. What is the difference between map and a globe? Let me make it more clear. What is the difference between world map and globe? Can you please tell me? There is something known as world map, there is something known as globe. So it is a drawing on flat surface about that particular type. Okay. What is the difference between world map and a globe? Map is 2D while globe is 3D. Okay. So map is actually drawn on a sheet of paper, and that's why it becomes what it becomes. That's why it becomes two-dimensional, and globe is a three-dimensional representation. It is a miniature model. What is a model? Model is a replication of something which is smaller in size. So we cannot call map as the model of the earth. Map is the representation of the earth on a piece of sheet or sheet of paper, but globe is the miniature model of the earth. So that is the basic difference. What is the basic difference? Sir, globe can be useful when you have to study the whole earth. We need to understand how that earth revolves. So globe is capable of performing almost every task that this earth performs. Whereas map is the representation of earth's surface that is drawn on the flat surface. So undoubtedly this is what? This is your globe. We talked about, see, yesterday only I told about that tilt in the earth. So this is our equator. There is a tilt in the axis, and this earth is revolving like this. So yesterday only we discussed about this angle with the axis, that is 66.5 degrees. Are we following it? And this is what, sir? This is map. On a plain sheet of paper, you get to see various parts of the earth. This is your map. This is North America, this is South America, this is Africa, this is Europe, and Asia. We come together, call it as Eurasia. This is Australia, and here we have Antarctica. You know the difference? Map tells us that in this corner we have the limit or extent of Asia, and at this point we have extent of North America. But in actual, they are very close to each other just because it is a revolve, it is a round spherical shape. Are we following it? Are we following it or not? So the basic difference is of dimensions. One is 3-dimensional, other is 2-dimensional. So globe makes us even more convenient to understand the things. Are we following it? So I assume that we already have pretty fair ideas. I told you that these things are going to be very basic because let's not forget, sir, we are discussing or we are studying the book that was meant for a 6th class child who is at the age of 9 or 10 years at max, 8-9 years. So we are studying the content that was actually meant to be understood by a child of 8 to 9 years. That's why we are finding the things easy. But since exactly Bering Strait is there between North America and Asia. So that if Bering Strait connects Russia with the Alaska and the North American region. When you must have heard of this term atlas. What is an atlas? In your UPSC book list, you are told to study. You are told to have this book known as atlas. What is an atlas? What is an atlas? Map book, exactly. So atlas is nothing but the collection of maps. When various maps are put together, it is known as what? It is known as an atlas. Are we following it? So when various maps are put together, it is known as what? We call it as an atlas. So atlas is nothing but atlas is the collection of maps. Then we have various different types of maps. Can you please tell me what are the different types of maps? What are the different types of maps? You must have studied about various types of maps. Can you please let me know? Yes. So we have the answer: physical map, thematic map, and political map. Exactly. Thematic map, physical map, and political map. So can you please tell me what is the difference between physical, political, and thematic map? There is something called as physical map, there is something called as political map, and then there is something called as thematic map. What is a physical map, what is a thematic map, and what is a political map? What is the difference, sir? I just want to know the difference. So physical is something which you are able to see. Like, this is the physical map. It tells us the features, like we have Great Himalayas, then we have Northern Plains, then we have Great Indian Desert, then we have the Deccan Plateau, then we have certain mountains like Aravallis, Vindhyas and Satpuras. In northeast we have Khasi, Jantia and Garo hills. Then we have this Sundarban Delta, we have Ganga Yamuna basin, we have Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats. So what is the feature about the physical map is that if you go to these locations, you will be able to have a look of all these features. You can physically witness these things. Like you can, if you go to the upper ranges, you will find Himalayas. So actually Himalayas are there. You come where somewhere around Punjab, Haryana, you will find northern plains. You go to Rajasthan, you will find Thar Desert, the Great Indian Desert. You go to the southeastern and southwestern part of the country, you will actually find Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. You go to areas from which Ganga Yamuna river flows, so you can physically witness all these things. So things that are actually present and are represented, that are naturally placed over there, are known as the maps which represent all those features which are naturally present are known as what? They are known as our physical maps. Are we following it? So physical maps, they show us natural features of the earth. Everything that is occurring naturally on the earth will be represented, will be showcased in our physical maps. Then we have political maps. Sir, for the political reasons, political, don't mix it with the politics. Political reasons is to make it convenient to rule. We divided the areas into different zones for the convenience of ruling it, for the convenience of political distribution. But the difference is, you physically visit, you won't find any natural difference. For example, you go and stand on the border of Punjab and Haryana. Do you find something naturally different over there? Is it something that in Punjab you have the crops of different color and in Haryana you have crops of different color, or the soil here is of totally different color and Haryana it is of maybe pink color? So there is no natural division of the areas. It's the division that we ourselves created for the sake of convenience. And the classic example is, sir, India's political map will take into consideration states and UTs. We have Ladakh, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Rajasthan, Gujarat, MP, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Bihar, Sikkim, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and this is Tripura. So all these are the physical, or sorry, political features, because for the political convenience we created those boundaries. Are we following it or not? So actually you already told me these things. So difference between political and physical you only told me, but we are doing it for the convenience of everybody who comes there. Then we have thematic maps. They are based on a theme. You organize parties. There is a concept of theme based parties. So sometimes the theme of the party may be, for example, in month of October world celebrates the Halloween. So what is Halloween? Halloween is a theme based festival. The theme is about ghosts and spirits. So people are asked to dress up like ghosts. So there is some theme on which certain things are based. When it comes to maps, sir, thematic map is something which is focused on specific information. For example, the theme of one map can be where the power plants of India are located, what is the rainfall distribution, how the national highways are placed, where are we getting the natural resources, where are we getting the metals. All these things are related to one particular piece of information, so they become what? They become specific related to information. For example, this is theme based map for national highways. So you see all around here are the national highways. They tell us that how well connected this country is by the means of roads. So this map will not give you any other information. It is not telling you where are the natural resources located. It is simply telling you about what? It is simply telling you about one theme. And what is that theme? The national highways. So thematic maps are of different types. So one is political, one is physical, then rest are the thematic maps. Are we following it or not? Are we clear up till here? Again, Kirti, Aparna, you guys only told me these things. Then we have distance. So while we are drawing a map, we have to represent certain distance. So what we do is we mark something known as a scale. Scale is a ratio between actual distance on the ground and distance shown on the map. For example, if we are making a large map of country, so you cannot the northern to southern stretch of India is more than 3000 kilometers, right or wrong? So if you move from North India to South India, the distance you cover is more than 3000 kilometers. So you cannot have a map of 3000 kilometers. So what we try to do is we try to make a scale that 1 centimeter will represent 100 kilometers, right? So if the length of an area on the map is 1 centimeter, it means it shows 1 kilometer. For example, from my home in Jammu and Kashmir to India's capital Delhi, it is approximately 500 kilometers. So if I am drawing a map with this scale of 1 centimeter as 100 kilometers, the difference between my home and Delhi on the map will be of how much? It will be of 5 centimeters. So this 5 centimeter will tell me that I have taken the scale as 1 centimeter equals to 1 kilometer. So on every map you will find this scale, it is written that 1 centimeter equals to 100 kilometers. So with the help of this scale, it becomes easy for us to calculate the distance. Now, scale can be of various types. For example, if we are talking about the entire India, the scale has to be smaller because we have to cover thousands of kilometers. But when it comes to a small area like a village cannot be more than 1 or 2 kilometers at max. A small village can be of 1 or 2 kilometers at max. So what we try to do is, in villages case, we will make this scale as in meters. So as you can see here, 1 centimeter equals to 10 meters. So with the help of a scale, we can measure that if this distance is 10 centimeter, which means it is representing 100 meters. Are we following it? So scale can vary depending upon the location. If we are making a larger map, for example, in India's map, we considered 1 centimeter as 100 kilometers. Maybe when we are making the map for the world, we have to make it 1 centimeter as 1000 kilometers because much larger distance has to be covered. So larger is the area, larger will be our scale, and smaller is the area, smaller will be our scale. Getting it or not? So large continents and countries are shown using a small scale map. Small scale means 1 centimeter will represent maybe 1000 kilometers. So for 1000 kilometer, we are taking 1 centimeter as a scale. When you use small area, we use large scale maps, or our scales will differ like this. Are we clear till here? Any doubt up till here, you can please ask me. Are we clear with the things up till here, my dear friends? So then another important thing that comes in the play while we are discussing maps is what? What is this? What I have made here? Sir, on the map simultaneously we represent directions. We need to show where these areas are directing towards. So we have 4 major directions, that is north, south, east and west, and we call them as cardinal points. So anywhere if you see this term cardinal point, you need not to worry that what is this, we never read about cardinal points. Cardinal point is nothing but the 4 directions. So these directions can be taken into consideration with the help of a device called compass. So we have 4 major directions, north, south, east and west, and then we have 4 sub directions also. What are these? Northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest and like this. Are we clear till here? So in map we also represent directions. So directions become an important part of a map. Then again, after these directions we use certain symbols to give a lot of information in a limited space. To give certain information we are using symbols and colors. Can you please tell me symbols and colors, how they are used? For example, on a map, if I have to represent the forest, so how will I show? I'll make small trees. So these trees will represent that this entire area is a forest. If I have to mention that this particular area is a railway line, I'll make something like this, right? If I have to represent the road, I can represent the road like this. There are various ways to represent the roads. Like road can be represented like this, road can be represented like this. So roads will, different symbols will be used for different roads. For example, national highway will have a different symbol or a different color. State highway will have a different symbol or a different color. Apart from that, we use colors. For example, if somewhere on the map we want to represent a water body, we will use what? We will use a blue color. If we want to show the mountains, we'll use brown color. If we want to show a plateau, we use a yellow color. If we want to show plain areas, we use green color. Normally that is happening. If there is water body, we use blue color. So seeing that blue color, we are immediately able to understand that here we have water. If we see brown color on the map, it is clear that mountains are there. If we use yellow color, it means there is a plateau. If we are using green color, it means there are plains. So railway lines can be represented like this. For example, broad gauge, meter gauge, and railway station will be represented like this. We have metal, the pakka roads like this and kacha roads like this. We have international boundary, state boundary, and district boundary. We can represent with the help of such symbol as river. This is our well. This is a tank. This is a canal. This is a bridge. Sir, here we can represent temple. We can represent church. We can represent mosque. We can represent post office. We can represent post and telegraph office. We can represent police station. We represent settlements. We represent graveyards. We represent trees. We represent grass. Are we following it? The various types of symbols that are used on the map. Then we make use of colors. For example, here you can see river. So river is flowing and it is shown in blue color. Then green color trees are there. We get plains. So these colors and symbols make things further convenient for us while we are understanding the things with the help of a map. Are we following it? I think things are pretty clear. There is no rocket science, so these things must be pretty clear to all of you. Then the last portion of this chapter is a sketch and a plan. Sketch is a rough representation of anything. And then we have something known as a plane. Plane is something that is large scale. So this is one image of map and this is another that I'll draw. So what I tried here was, this was a plan because it represented the boundaries with more perfection. But when I was telling you the map, a rough idea about India's boundaries, I have been drawing the map in all the classes you have seen. So I am trying to give you the rough idea that how the boundaries of India look like, or if I am explaining you something related to India's border, so I'll make this rough sketch. I'll tell you, here we have Pakistan, we have China, we have Nepal, then we have Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Afghanistan somewhere here. So this diagram is to give you a rough idea about certain things. So this is known as what? Sketch. When sketch becomes more like convenient to understand, when sketch has much more information, it is more refined than what we call as a sketch. When we refine this sketch further, it becomes a plan. Are we following it? So we had a rough diagram that was sketched. When we refine that sketch in a better way, which can represent or which can showcase more information, this becomes your plan. So that's the last difference here, sketch versus the plan. Yes, Kirti, I told you in the beginning only that this chapter is easy. The chapter wanted us to have the brief idea about certain things, and that is all to be discussed in this chapter. Need not to ask, I guess you are already clear with certain things, but this was the part of the syllabus, this was the part of NCERT, so we had to discuss it. So that's all for today's class. Just for your reminder, sir, we are offering you mains test series only at rupees 14,990, and it is very important for students like you who have just completed their graduation. You should enroll for this test series and start practicing your answer writing from day one. This will help you a lot tomorrow when you go and appear in the civil service examination. Are you following me? We are giving you test series for your optional subjects also. This will help you score more than 300 marks in an optional. Sir, important announcement, we are bringing for you history special GS combat on 2nd of October 2022. So on 11 AM there will be a 45 minutes quiz of 30 questions. If you are able to score well, if you are able to secure a good rank, you can get up to 50% of scholarship. So there's a very good chance to earn up to 50% scholarship on your UPSC subscription. You have to enroll for this GS combat that is happening on 2nd of October. Enroll today in our courses, enroll today in this combat. Don't forget to use the code IAS Icons. We are giving you GS doubt browse feature. You can simply go to the doubts and solutions section on our Unacademy app, click on past exam, previous exam, browse through the available solutions. So all these solutions to the problems or questions, you can get video solutions on our application at Unacademy. And apart from that, you need to subscribe. All those who haven't subscribed to this channel, you should subscribe at the earliest using our code IAS Icons. You can opt for our Plus and Iconic subscriptions also. Ultimately, this YouTube channel and our Plus and Iconic subscriptions will help you a long way in qualifying this examination, this UPSC exam. Thank you very much. All the best. Keep working hard. Bye bye. Take care.